We are now witnessing the raining down of both flaming aircraft fragments and its lethal thermonuclear force. Hiroshima, the day the sky fell. A new documentary examines the atomic bombing, available in multiple languages. In 1966, the remote Spanish village of Palomares found that the nuclear age had fallen on them from a clear blue sky. 2 years after the terrifying accident, BBC reporter Chris Brasher went to find what happened when the US lost a hydrogen bomb. On 7 April 1966, almost 60 years ago this week, this nuclear weapon, for which the US military had been preparing, addressed this challenge immediately. After desperately searching for 80 days, it was finally found. The warhead, with an explosive power 100 times the object, that of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, was carefully winched from a depth of 2,850 foot out of the Mediterranean Sea and delicately lowered onto the USS Patrol. Once it was on board, officers painstakingly cut into the thermonuclear device's casing to disarm it. It was only then that we can now breathe a sigh of relief. The last of the 4 hydrogen bombs dropped on Spain has been recovered. This was not the first accident involving nuclear weapons, said BBC reporter Chris Brasher when he reported from the scene in 1968. The Pentagon lists at least 9 previous accidents to aircraft carrying hydrogen bombs, but this was the first accident on foreign soil, the first to involve civilians, and the first to excite the attention of the world. This terrifying situation had come about because of a U.S. operation codenamed Chrome Dome. At the beginning of the 1960s, during the Cold War, the U.S. developed a project to deter the Soviet Union from launching a preemptive strike. A patrol of nuclear-armed B-52 bombers would continuously crisscross the skies, primed to attack Moscow at a moment's notice. But to stay airborne on these long looping routes, the planes needed to refuel while in flight. On 17 January 1966, one such bomber was flying at a height of 31,000 feet over the Almeria region of southern Spain. We attempted a routine air-to-air refueling with a KC-135 tanker plane. I believe what happened was the bomber was closing at a too high rate of closure speed and he didn't stabilize his position. The entities moved toward each other without sufficient separation, with the result that they got too close and collided. The B-52 bomber's impact with the refueling plane tore it open, igniting the jet fuel the KC-135 was carrying and killing all 4 of the crew on board. The ensuing explosion also killed 2 men in the B-52's tail section. A third managed to eject, but died when his parachute did not open. The other 4 members of the bombers, I can confirm the crew successfully bailed out of their burning plane before it broke apart and fell to earth. We are deploying cargo to the remote Spanish village of Palomares. This operation is essential for our ongoing recovery efforts. I'm ending here for today. Stay tuned. I'll bring you news later. Thank you.